for some killer burger. Finally got the one that I never got before. The meathead. And I guess I got pickled salted fries too. So let me do the meathead first, since I haven't had this one before. And that means the meathead is like a double burger type thing. And I didn't order any sauce, but I got some garlic aioli and some Frank's Red Hot. Let me try this fry. Interesting. Never had anything like that before. You can taste pickle. Interesting. Very delicious, I should add. Guess there's not much sauce in here, but you know, these fries are good enough so you don't really need sauce. A little garlic aioli, a little bit of red hot mango habanero. Mix those up for a little extra flavor. Also got some mango. None, not today. Got some mango lemonade. Let's try this. Oh, some very good flavor. I'm a big fan of lemonade. And then this one's supposed to be like strawberry watermelon. Yep, the real stuff today. I'm not smoking right now though. About to eat some lunch. And I got these French fries. They're like pickle flavored. Pickle salted fries. That mango habanero sauce is fire. Alright, let's get a look at this burger here. This one's the meathead. It's a double burger with double bacon, double cheddar, onions, I feel like I gotta, I'll take the first bite without any sauce. Oh yeah. Second bite with sauce. Mango habanero and garlic aioli sauce. What's up, Brandon? Just eating, trying out a burger that I never tried, doing a little review for lunch today. Mmm. Damn. It's got a lot of flavor in there. That mango habanero sauce that I added is really bomb too. That's a lot of meat on that meathead. And we dip a little more sauce on there. Oh shit. It's lunchtime around these parts. This is from Killer Burger in Portland. Gotta be my favorite burger place in town. I mean, Shake Shack is really good too. Culver's Burger. Those are good. A lot of good flavor on there. Yep, I knew that burger was the way to go today. Oh yeah. What's up, Jake G? I fucking love burgers, man. I wish I could share with everybody. I wish we could just all have a burger party and eat burgers all day. If I'm president, I'm throwing a burger party. I think that's my goal, to someday have a burger like every day. I think I used to do that. I used to have I used to eat out a lot more often. Damn, that mango habanero sauce I added. Veggie. It's a double meat, double bacon, double cheese. It's the meathead. And then these fries are like pickle flavored. I've never tried either of those. Very delicious. Very, very delicious. Lance. Yeah, I get that often. These chips are pickle flavored. It's delicious. These fries are pickle flavored. Golden brown and very well salted. Then got the strawberry watermelon lemonade. Damn. The next burger, I got another burger too. And the next one is one I've had before, but that one's my favorite one. It's very flavorful as well, but it has blue cheese on it. Never had fries quite like this with the pickle flavor. It's good. My cat wants some of this burger. All right. Without further ado, this one's called the Tima. And these ones aren't pickle fries, they're just normal ones. Man down. Some blue cheese fell out. More blue cheese is falling out. Oh yeah. So that's what it looks like. Got your pickles, your blue cheese, your bacon, sauces. This one's my favorite. Well, my cat's here right now too. If y'all haven't had blue cheese on a burger, gotta try that. And the pickle is really good on here too. Bacon, cheese, everything's good. Yeah, I'm Irish, I'm German, French, Scottish, Danish, English. Open wide, twin. Get it in ya. Wow. Beach. I'm German. I might be Deutsch. Nothing beats a well-cooked burger and fries. Open wide. He liked it. I am doing a burger review. Open wide, Devin. Oh yeah. Like I was saying, if you haven't had blue cheese on a burger, get you this Tima from Killer Burger. Perfectly golden brown. Damn, shit is so good. I feel like these fries were better than usual. This is some mango lemonade. Wash down those fries real quick. Ah, damn. Yeah, I wish I could eat this like all day, every day. This burger. He's cold. Why you cold, Jimmy? Get you a blanket. That bacon, that blue cheese, that burger, that pickle, that sauce. Goddamn. I'm about to die. Need more blankets? I suggest getting a kind of like a Snuggie, but it's just like a bathrobe. Bathrobes are really warm. blue cheese, baby. That is a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Still my favorite burger place in town. Undefeated. And they could probably got the best drinks in town too. Like they have 3 different kinds of lemonade. This is only 2 of them. So gotta try Killer Burger if you're ever in Portland. What's average rent? Like 1,000 or like 1,200. No wait, I don't know. I'd say like 1,100 is average, maybe. Damn. Praise Allah. What? Islamophobia. What is Islamophobia? But I do praise Allah. And then I'm Christ is Lord too. There's a Christ Lord. Christ Lord. You ever heard of Blues for Allah? Blues for Allah? Jesus is in the Quran. What is Blues for Allah?
Blues for Allah is the 8th studio album by the Grateful Dead, released in 1975. It marked their return from a touring hiatus and features a complex jazz fusion influenced sound. Notable tracks include Help on the Way.
Oh, I've never heard of it. Damn, bro. What'd y'all have for lunch? I need some ideas for some more food. Who wants to smoke? Do some dabs and listen to Blues for Allah. Is it about Islam. Aisha 9, Muhammad 53. Damn. And it rhymes. Somehow. Someone called my stream boring. How dare they? 2 Girls, 1 Cup? How are you addicted to it? What, you like watch it all the time?
You have warrants for your arrest for attempted homicide, carjacking, and fleeing eluding. Yeah.
Right now, you're watching 17-year-old Shaquille McLean, currently realizing that assaulting a 73-year-old woman comes with a life behind bars, and as he begs detectives to let him off.
I didn't do this crime. Like, I understand it's serious, but I'm telling you, I didn't do this crime.
What Shaquille doesn't realize.
What's up? What's up, Ash Pole? Well, they probably just want me to get into some conflicts. If I went outside right now, hung out with the tweakers, they would consider that. Who's James? He's in the Bible or some shit. Oh no, he's in Metallica. That's right. James Hetfield.
Is that his victim is still breathing, and along with a mountain of evidence that he has left behind, getting away won't be as easy as he thinks.
You put a lady in the hospital.
I didn't hurt nothing.
You did.
It's time to smoke, man.
And right now it's attempted homicide, and if she dies, you'll be charged.
Oh yeah, and some guy was mad. He was mad. He was like, "You shouldn't smoke in your stream, because then kids won't come in here." I was like, "What the fuck kind of shit is this? What the fuck we want kids in my stream for?" Makes no sense to me.
On November 4th, 2021, at around 9:30 p.m., the Tallahassee Police Department received a 911 call reporting a brutal assault and carjacking at the Sam's Club parking lot on Dick Wilson Boulevard. But when deputies arrived, what they found was worse than expected. A 73-year-old woman was lying helpless on the ground, beaten so severely that the attack appeared deliberate, almost as if someone had intended to kill her. Near the scene, deputies found a large broken tree branch, believed to have been used as the weapon.
Yeah, you never know. But people reveal themselves through their chats. Remember him. Oh, I remember him. Are you American? Yeah, I'm I'm in Portland, Oregon. How about you, Nick?
A medical team rushed in, and the woman was transported to a nearby hospital. She survived, but just barely. She suffered extreme physical trauma, including multiple skull fractures and bleeding in the brain, injuries consistent with being struck repeatedly.
That's me.
However, the assault was only part of why deputies were there. The second reason was the carjacking, a detail that would end up helping investigators piece together what actually happened that
Of course, I'll write scripts all day.
night. At first,
For the right scratch.
deputies believed the case would be straightforward. The parking lot had surveillance cameras, so identifying the suspect
And yes, I've taken insurance.
seemed simple, but that assumption didn't last long. They soon discovered that the cameras facing the exact area of the attack weren't working at the
No, but it's like free online. I just listen online on YouTube.
time. But fortunately, other cameras in the lot were still active and captured a 2009 Jeep Compass registered to the woman who was beaten, leaving the parking lot at 8:11 p.m. Still, there were no immediate signs of those responsible. But that changed on November 7th, 3 days after the attack, when an officer spotted
Where I'm at, there's a lot of homeless people and like tweakers, so that's kind of hard to avoid. And then I guess everyone else is like busy working and stuff. And I don't know. There's a lot of crazy people here too. So, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Portland's wild. I try to avoid everybody. That's why I'm in here.
that same stolen Jeep Compass near South Monroe Street and Orange Avenue, coming back from the North Florida Fair. What followed was a high-speed chase, and even though the vehicle eventually stopped, the driver took off on foot, abandoning the car with 2 minors still inside. And instead of running, both minors surrendered, and they didn't hesitate to say who had been driving. It was 17-year-old Shaquille McLean, the same teenager who carried out the brutal attack. But he wasn't alone in the car. With him was another individual, 20-year-old Aaron Carter, Shaquille's friend. Over the next 2 days, detectives followed up on every lead. Using information from the passengers, surveillance footage, records, and witness statements, police were able to locate Shaquille. On November 10th, Shaquille was brought in for interrogation, where detectives tried to understand why a 17-year-old would commit a crime like this.
Hey boss, I hope you don't mind. I just don't want to get shot. I don't want to get shot. Okay, I've seen too many shots like that.
Why would you say that?
I've seen a lot of movies. Okay.
Well, the movies are all fake.
Yeah, but you also got bad people. I just want to make myself a little better comfortable. That's fine.
Alright, we're gonna talk to you first. I just need to try to get some basic information from you. Make sure I get everything spelled right and all that. What's your first number? Sorry, I'm tired. First name.
First name Shaquille, sir.
So you pronounce it Shaquille?
Well, it's pronounced Shaquille, but everybody says Shaquille.
Shaquille, okay.
It's just,
And your last name?
McLean, so
Date of birth?
January 5th, 2004.
So you're 16?
17, boss. I'm gonna be 18.
Oh.
If I get a Bible, I want to get like a nice like leather bound Bible or something like that.
Alright, so right now you're under arrest, okay, so you're in custody and you're here at the Tallahassee Department. So before I can talk to you and ask you questions and you ask me questions and all that stuff, I gotta read your rights. Okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning.
You too, bro.
You can decide at any time
Have
to
a good
exercise
night,
these
everybody.
rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me right now?
Yes, sir, because I want to be.
In the shows and media. It's a positive caricature. Oh yeah, I would never trust anything you see in the media or the entertainment. You gotta watch never trust the news. Never trust the fucking. Never trust the celebrities, especially because everything the celebrities say is like the exact opposite of what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on?
And that's why my stream is real, because I'm giving you my perspective from the bottom. So I can tell you from the street level what's going on.
What? So yeah, back to who's your legal guardian?
Well, like I said, I'm here to visit because I'm finding an apartment.
Okay.
So I'm staying with my brother. You know, I just spend the nights there.
Okay.
Instead of looking
What's your brother's name?
Brendan, sir.
Brendan?
Yes, sir.
BRENDAN. DAN. What's his last name?
Too much know my last name.
So he's not your brother.
No, he's not my blood, but
Okay, so
we've been knowing since little kid.
Okay, so who is your legal guardian?
My legal guardian, I'm visiting him.
No, that's not who you're visiting. Like, where your mom and dad and her uncle, somebody, you're juvenile. Somebody, last I know, you were in DCF's custody.
Yes, sir.
Department of Children and
I'm
Families.
here, but
I was raised Christian.
With DCF.
no, visiting here, like I said.
I know you're here visiting, but here's the thing, you're a juvenile.
Have you ever read about Buddhism, though? Have you ever learned about Siddhartha? Yeah. I like to learn about his insights and shit too.
You're not an adult, so you either have to be in the custody of your parents,
That's the thing.
or you were turned over to DCF and you've been in the custody of DCF.
My birthday's coming soon when I turn 18, and I'm here.
I know, but who right now who's responsible for you right now?
He starts the conversation trying to
Good
paint
one.
himself as the victim, hoping the detectives will go easy on him. But that strategy backfires the moment detectives ask him why he was there in the first place.
Trying to see what's on the news today.
So this is what's happening last night in Minnesota. Here we go. Look.
You okay, Dad?
Yeah, 1 second. Lift.
Dad! Dad?
Oh, hey. How's the new apartment?
Are you eating?
Yeah. So this is what's happening last night in Minnesota. Here we go. Look at this. And you can see this is the Bureau of Prisons, right? This guy isn't even ICE. He doesn't have anything to do with immigration. But because he's a federal officer, he gets sent out there and he has to defend this. Now, if you're a prison officer, honestly, it's just a flesh wound, right? Like, let's be honest. But at the same time, it probably doesn't feel good. He's hitting the face with a brick, not a can. He's gushing blood. I didn't see that. And you can see them, like, and they tore everything up.
Not the time. You understand? Are you tough? Are you tough?
Yeah, look at them,
Are
bro.
you tough?
Literally 2 guys sitting there.
Then back up. Back up now. Back up.
Yep. Literally just 2 guys holding down the fort. Man. Well,
I don't know. I don't think about the chosen people. Still pain now here. Yeah, man. You gotta keep up the paint. Why not?
there you go. Poor guy, yeah. It's like, imagine being put in that position. Man. The bloody hand. I know, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, this is kind of badass. Yeah. How the fuck we let this happen in America? Well, where's the police? Where are they? Yeah, like cinema? Yeah, bro, like 300, yeah. Dude's huge? Yeah. Nope. And you see they keep escalating, they keep moving in, doing the same bullshit they always do. Yeah, it's not on the video. It's not his hand, it's his nose. That's why he's spitting out blood. So he basically, he got hit in the...
Well, I think if you're saying good people, yeah, good people who do good things. So yeah, I hope that good overcomes evil, if that's where we're getting to.
face with something really heavy, and he's taking his mask off to spit out blood. Oh my god. Like, Jesus, man. Guy's a fucking tank. One lone man.
Is everyone trapped?
Oh my god. Give him a medal? Jesus.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's a motherfucking patriot, man. God damn. The resilience, man, I know.
That's my question for the press. Where is the local PD?
Man. He's right. Yeah, where's the police department? They're out there just totally destroying a building. They're tearing it apart. He's there by himself, bleeding out. Not bleeding out, but like he's bleeding everywhere. And he's all the way there by himself. That's nuts.
PD. That's my question for the press. Where is the local PD?
Yeah, true.
What's your message to the local PD, sir?
No.
Okay, well, the mayor. Sir, you got it. Sir, while you're getting messages, what would your message to the protesters that want you out be?
You see that all?
Please get dark up. Dark up. Please give me some room.
Man. Fuck, man. One singular guy. That's nuts, man. Yeah, they're baiting him. I know. They're just trying to ask him questions and get him to say something, right? Obviously. And is this where they throw something at him? Okay, let me see if it is.
Get back. Get back.
And you see, none of this would have happened if they had the police there. None of this would have happened. All of this is completely engineered by the state and by the city. They have caused all of this to happen on purpose because they hope to profit from the chaos. That's the reason. I'm livid Trump is being utterly useless and hanging these guys out to dry. Well, I think that's over now. I do. I think I think today might be the last day. That might be it. Because, oh, this is where it hit him? Okay, let me see if I can watch that again.
Hit him from
Jesus.
the left side.
Yeah, look at them. They tore this whole place up. I'll show you how this happened after this.
Watching.
Uh-oh. They got more of the boys in. Like, I mean, look at this. It's like a fucking war zone. Like, and they're just letting...
Did you recognize me from my... Every time I talk?
this happen. They're letting the entire thing happen for no reason. It's insane. Looks staged? Yeah, I know. It looks like a movie, right? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The Wild West. I know. Why is Trump so retarded? That's a great question. Why is he saying borders are over and not the fucking military? I don't know. I'm assuming that this is what I think probably happened. I think that Tim Walz is probably flagging. He's probably like
Yeah, you can. I don't know. I feel like you can just like sense evil on people. I feel like you can just get a vibe off someone and sense they're evil. And then the longer you talk to them, they can prove that they're evil. Will show them. The evil will show itself. more and more.
Listen, we've got to come to a deal. There's, people are now destroying all the places in the city. Everything is chaos. Things are burning. Our officers are being violently attacked. It's basically like he's flagging, yeah, bro, like I think that he's losing momentum. He definitely is. And then it comes out that there's a bunch of people that are in the government that are working with like these anti-federal government, these like insurrectionist people, like the.
Have you ever heard of dismantling Islam? It might be worth a rewatch. I could watch it with you guys on the stream. Oh, you haven't? It's a 3-part lecture. You should watch it. They go into they pretty much dismantle Islam, to put it plainly. The whole thing. So I discount the Quran. It's made up, and it's like a copy of previous religions, and they just wanted their own religion or whatever. And it's all false to me.
Anti-ICE people. Well, I mean, I think that they probably sent Tom Homan down there to negotiate something with him and to coordinate something with Minnesota. I mean, if I had to guess, that's what I would guess. Now, I mean, we'll see what happens, but like, I mean, do you really think, because like as soon as they start burning down their own city, now, like for example, whenever there are just people that are obstructing ICE, this is something that's basically isolated to the federal government. But when you have random people that are going around downtown,
maybe I'll watch that a little bit later.
Just basically tearing the place up, now it goes beyond that. Now it's a riot. Yeah, isolated? Yeah, I guess so, right? Tim Walz let the BLM riots happen? Yeah, he did, but think about what happened after that. That looked really, really bad.
John.
And I think also the reason why I think that's a big reason why.
Just watching some YouTube. I just ate 2 fat burgers and fries, so I'm pretty full right now. What you up to, man?
Somebody lighting off fireworks. I live here, trust me, I bet he's lying. I don't care, he's full retard. I bet he lied to the president just to get less feds and escalate it more. I think there's a good chance that happens. I mean, in my opinion, I still think they should charge the guy and go through and criminally investigate all of them. I think that should happen. Because the thing is that the reason why they will only basically concede defeat if they can't win. Like, don't ever forget they were trying to fight you. They were trying to fight you. And so I'm not saying that, oh, well, let's let bygones be bygones. But, like, the thing is that whenever you're an official, like, your goal is to make sure that you're operating in the best interest of the public, right? Your goal isn't to make sure that you're operating in, like some kind of like other ego thing or any other bullshit. You want to make sure that you're doing the right thing for the people that are there. And the fact is that, yes, obviously having a bunch of officers going around constantly, this is chaotic, it's stressful.
Jewel Oscar. Let me see. Is there a Jewel Osco chicken in Portland?
No, Jewel Osco does not exist in Portland. It operates exclusively in Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa.
Damn. Sounds good. No, we don't got it. Unfortunately, maybe one day I'll have to try it. I do love me some good chicken. Damn, I'm so full right now. I could go for another burger leg right now, though, too, at the same time. I'm gonna turn the heat on. Ugh.
And also, like, think about it like this. If the resources in Minnesota are sufficient to do the ICE operations that they're doing right now, then if they have the state government working with them, then some of those resources will then become redundant, logically, right? Because you won't need as many of those people because you're going to have the state government that's helping coordinate and cooperate with you. That's the reason why these things happen in the southern states and red states where there's no problems. So as long as you have a solution for this, that's what matters. The intent should be executed. I think that if it's found, like, I do think that we should get back to trying people for treason and sedition more often. I really do think so. And I think that capital punishment should be one of the things that's on the list for that. I definitely think so. I think that if you're found to be cooperating with... Oh,
yep, I'm in Portland. It's getting cold in this bitch. I need to put my sweats on.
or knowingly allowing money to be sent to a foreign government, especially a foreign government that's oppositional to our own, or a foreign, force that's oppositional. Like, for example, that Somalian terrorist group, Al-Shabaab, I think that's the name. Yeah, I think you should be charged for treason, and I think capital punishment should be on the menu there, absolutely. And honestly, like, the reason why is because that's what you did. This isn't even really like an opinion. Whenever you do something and you allow resources to be sent to a foreign terrorist organization that is openly, like, trying to kill America, I mean, fuck that. Like, absolutely not. Yeah, not Israel. Israel is an ally of ours. Like, I mean, it is an ally. I mean, you can't compare Israel with, like, a random terrorist group in Somalia, okay? Like, you can't. And I know some smartass is going to say, yeah, because Israel's worse. And maybe you're right, but, like, I think that you're intentionally removing all rational nuance, and you're trying to just make this, like, you're trying to make a Reddit argument, right? Yes, obviously Israel is very different than, like, fighting, a terrorist organization. Duh, of course.
Ty loves to dance and to teach people how to dance. So he bought a .dance domain name with Squarespace so you can book him and have him teach you how to dance.
Everybody's potential looks different. See yours with Acorns. Designed for you to easily invest every day. Start with just your spare change or set recurring investments and see where it could take your future's potential. Ready to see yours? Start investing with the Acorns app.
Big Coffee does things their way, but San Francisco Bay Coffee is different. We work hands-on with our farmers to ensure sustain.
You're all under arrest. Oh my God. Man, I guess maybe they had enough.
You're all under arrest. Sit down on the ground.
Holy shit.
There's a lawful order for the Minneapolis Police Department. There's a lawful order for the Minneapolis Police Department.
Oh my God. They finally had enough. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Just rounding them up. It's about time? Yeah. Sorry, bro. Looks like Detroit and RoboCop. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, these people went absolutely fucking apeshit. And the St. Paul police turned around to let an anti-ICE mob storm a Hilton with agents. Let's see here. What? What? Guys, there's something wrong. There's something that's really wrong here. The cop roached out. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I bet that's protocol. I bet you're probably not supposed to engage a large mob of people like that until you have other people with you. Like, whenever I've seen police try to go forward and try to disperse a mob, they never interfere with the mob until they have a considerable amount of numbers, right? So he's probably following a protocol. And he's like, oh, all right. Gotta get some more guys, you know? It's like, think about it. Do you want to go 50v1? I don't, right? I mean, you don't want to end up like that fucking officer. This guy did 50v1, he's bleeding. So you don't want to have that happen. So until they have overwhelming force, I think it's protocol. Yeah, or at least like a considerable force, absolutely. And yeah, where's the local PD? And where is this here? One cop, that's all? One cop, that's all. St. Paul sent while rioters trashed a hotel. So these people went absolutely apeshit. This is what happened to this hotel building. This was before all of this stuff went down. So you can see how everything's normal and everything's fine now, right? So they convinced themselves that ICE is living in this, is staying in this hotel. And so because they've convinced themselves that ICE is staying in this hotel, the logical thing to do would be to break in the hotel, destroy everything in the hotel, smash all the windows, and maybe violently assault the people working there. I mean, this is just, I mean, obviously that's what you do, right? Of course. Yeah, everybody knows this. Right. You see, trying to tell him to stop. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, do I really want to live in a country where where a roving band of retards just runs around in the fucking downtown banging pots and pans and breaking windows? Do I want to live like that? No, I don't. I think this sucks. I do. I think it's ridiculous. Where's the damn police? The police aren't coming. They didn't show up until it was over. You see, they keep trying to get in through the door. They keep trying to do it. What are they doing? This is crazy. Why do we have to live like this? Oh my God. I don't know what, like, in my opinion, you've got to, what they did at the very end is exactly what you need to do. You show up at the police, you're all under arrest, sit down right now. That's it. And then you put every single one of them in jail overnight, or maybe for a little bit longer. That's it. Look. Oh my God. Oh. Why do they do this? They think that the reason why they do it is they think ICE officers are in the hotel, so they can prevent ICE officers from getting sleep by, basically just like making a lot of noise, so they can't sleep. That's the strategy they're using. Yeah, that's their goal. Funny part, they're accomplishing nothing. Yeah, usually they get the wrong hotel. They're like outside a hotel that nobody's at, and they're just like screaming at it. You see how they're so physically aggressive too. They're trying to get really close, they're trying to get in the way, they're trying to block the door. You see they're doing a whole lot of this.
Sorry, I was just looking at your bumper stickers.
Yep.
I love them.
I hate these people, I know.
I don't get why more people don't
Yeah, it's what they do.
The fetus isn't a human being. It's just a clump of cells. I'm
they like
actually
it.
at the Illinois Defense Council, and we're circulating a petition today.
They're so dumb. Yeah, they're all brainwashed fucking idiots, and they're all in a signal chat together, so they all join the same like little bubble of retards, and they're all just feeding each other misinformation, and it's just like they just need to sit in the fucking military for this shit. Get it over with.
Touch people, they do. And why are these people not arrested, put in prison? I have no idea why that doesn't happen. I don't. And that's what needs to happen too. And you see, here we go. Yeah, this is now. Now they're breaking the windows. Oh boy, here we go. They want ice to.
You see me? I'm not out there causing any trouble like these motherfucking idiots.
Get sleep, then complain when ICE is agitated and hostile. Sounds like they want to get more people killed. Well, that's their end goal. Like their strategy, and this is what their strategy is built around. Their strategy is built around creating an untenable, chaotic situation, blaming it on the federal government, and then saying that because they've created this chaotic situation, the only way to solve it is everybody has to leave and let us do what we want. Like that's basically what their strategy is that they're trying to just basically make it as chaotic, as unlivable as possible, and hopefully the federal government will think, okay, well, it's just not worth it to go after, right? It's the heckler's vote, yeah, basically, right? And that's what they're doing. That's the reason why they're doing it. That's their strategy. It's a stupid strategy, but like that's what they're doing.
Yeah. I agree. Yep. I'd say the same thing about France, though, too. From some of the videos I've seen about France, a lot of countries need saving right now.
Anarchy reigns. Yeah, I mean, like basically, yeah. I mean, I would say. Yep. You see, they're opening the door. Like, what are they doing trying to open the door? What are they doing this for? This is crazy, right? Can the building owners shoot to protect their property? I mean, in this case, I wouldn't really give a shit, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I wouldn't care at all. And yeah, arrests take manpower. ICE can't do mass arrests during missions. It takes a couple of guys out of the mission so they can process. Without local cop support, it's untenable. It is. And that's why I was saying that they either need the local police support or they need to bring in the National Guard or the military. There are only two options for this. Like you can't, because the thing is that if you leave Minnesota and you don't do these arrests, what that does is it tells everybody else in the country that if they don't like this stuff, all you have to do is go out in public and violently attack people, destroy property, and...
I wonder if there's any live video. Oh shit, there's a live giveaway going on right now.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time.
Round up spare change into saving stocks of Bitcoin. Can you use your cash card?
Give me 17 cents on Bitcoin.
She's picking up good vibrations.
Coming in right now with about 6,000 people watching. That guy, 1,500. Thank you again for that 50 bomb. What a way to start. We hadn't even selected our first winner yet, and the first winner is Stu Boy. Stu Boy Q. Stu Boy. We got Stu Boy Q. All right, Stu Boy. We're very excited. Congrats, Stu Boy. _ Curly Q.
All right, I entered my name.
Here you go. See that man apparently right there in the gray jacket. Grabs the gun, he notices it. I see the other guy right there in the green jacket sees the gun. He's looking. His sunglasses, he's not. Someone yells gun, gun, gun. You don't need to prove that you acted correctly, 100% correctly. What you need to prove is that these officers acted reasonably. Here's sort of the point in history where we find ourselves. Everyone knows that we have to do something about illegal immigration, about illegal aliens. People, by and large, agree with that. And across pretty much all races. You see more men who support deportation than women, but there's no surprise there. So we know that something has to be done. But people haven't really thought through what that looks like. And unfortunately, this sort of toxic empathy has been used against us. There are plenty of countries across the world, and I think that many Americans don't know this, You are jailed. You're put in jail if you are known to be an illegal alien. Did you guys know that? Not to mention legal immigrants in plenty of other countries, they are not afforded the same rights as immigrants are afforded here. They aren't afforded the same rights as citizens in their countries. For example, in Mexico, you can't show up at a protest. You can't own waterfront property, though if you grease the right palms, because it's Mexico, it's corrupt. Yeah. We all know that. We have been very, very relaxed here in the United States, and it's become a problem. We need to do something about it. Okay, what does that look like? And the people who are protesting and obstructing, they don't have any answers, and that to me is very telling. I'm going to walk you through. Just yesterday, a YouGov poll showed that a significant portion of people believe that illegal immigration is a serious problem. 62% among white people, 52% among black, it's still 50% among Hispanics, and then it's 60% of men, 56% of women overall. Okay, so we know something needs to be done, and we also saw those polls not that long ago where people supported deporting folks who are here illegally. Got it. So what has been the left's game plan? This was the winningest issue of the election. They have been caught flat-footed. And now, of course, the goalposts have moved. I'll tell you exactly what it is that they do. They lie, okay? They lie and obfuscate. They'll tell you that illegal immigrants are more law-abiding than legal citizens. That's not true. They will tell you that illegal immigration isn't a problem. That's not true. They'll tell you that Joe Biden or Barack Obama deported more illegal immigrants than Donald Trump. That's not true. So they lie, obfuscate. Then step two is they'll obstruct. They'll impede officers from doing their jobs. Then step three is increase aggression. They will increase aggressivity as needed so that they can reach the final step, which is make martyrs, either of themselves or of useful pawns. I am going to propose to you what I think needs to be done or what should have been done from the outset. I completely support deporting illegal aliens, and not just violent criminals, though they should get priority. There should be a State of the Union address. There should be an address from the White House, Donald Trump. He should have done this in the outset. Said, look, we're going to give everyone 1 month. Okay, illegal aliens. So the first step, we're going to give you all 1 month to sell your stuff in your house, get your affairs in order. And everyone out there, this is, by the way, still available, but a lot of people don't know it. Everyone out there who's here illegally, you can self-deport if you don't have a criminal record.
This is where bodies are buried in here.
Or at least they...
Pop-Tart, crazy!
Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant starts working immediately. Wax gets stuck in your pits. Gillette, the choice is clear.
I was gonna take Peaches to the vet, but I had their checkup in the budget, but...
I meant to schedule for Sir Franklin, but...
Chewy knows a lot can get in the way. But if you get ahead of one thing this year, make it your pet's health. Booking a routine vet visit now means more wags and one less worry. So you get their butts to the vet, and Chewy gets their meds to your door for healthier, happier life with pet.
In Hawaii, beauty is all around us. It inspired.
They bought a fishing dinghy using money reportedly dubiously siphoned off from the aid money sent to the islands after it was devastated by the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. A couple of years later, in January of 2006, the two men joined a convoy of ships fishing in the exclusion zone off North Sentinel, after setting off from nearby Wandoor. At some point, they reportedly got drunk on palm wine and fell asleep. And while they were unconscious, their boat began drifting towards the island. According to the other fishermen there that night, the two men were immediately encircled by a body of Sentinelese men armed with axes and were immediately killed, though possibly after escaping the boat and making a run for it. It's possible that the reason for this was that they aroused the Sentinelli's anger by showing up unannounced and by not offering them any gifts, since every other friendly expedition to the island did so. And there's a good chance that the Sentinelese have encountered other illegal poachers that we don't know about, and we have no idea how that would have turned out. But ultimately, we'll never know their exact motives, other than that these were intruders, they didn't belong on their island. There was at least one attempted official gift-dropping expedition made in 2005, but it had also been a very long time since the last really friendly encounters between the Sentinelese and outsiders in the early 90s. One journalist also raised the possibility that, since there isn't actually any hard testimony from the other poachers there on account of them, being there illegally and being unwilling to share concrete testimony, and no autopsies being done on the bodies, that maybe the two men had drunk themselves to death before reaching shore. What exactly happened to the bodies is a bit muddled because different secondary sources disagree about what exactly went down. The Sentinelese, for their part, definitely weren't happy with the helicopter that came round to inspect the bodies. According to one source, the pilot reported that they were just 200 meters away and were attacking my helicopter with everything they had. Arrows were flying everywhere. So the helicopter had to temporarily vacate the area. Once it came back, though, the bodies were nowhere to be seen. The Sentinelese were still hanging around and obviously still pretty annoyed, so the helicopter drew the Sentinelese away from the rough positions of the bodies by flying to the other end of the island. When they followed it there, the helicopter made a beeline back where it had first spotted the bodies and somehow rediscovered them when its rotors kicked up the sand the Sentinelese had buried them in. According to one source, one of the fishermen...
I think I'm gonna go to Jack. I might go to Jack in the Crack tomorrow. I don't know if you saw, they have a new thing. It's like a 75 years, 75-year meal celebration thing, and it comes with a little thing, a little keychain thing, a Jack in the Box keychain. So I think I might get that tomorrow.
These bodies was actually recovered while the other had to be abandoned. But a more recent academic source reveals that the most the authorities were able to do was show the photos of the bodies, which it of course never revealed publicly, to one of the deceased's wives, and alluded to other family members being allowed to peek at the bodies from a distance with binoculars. The consternation of the local Indian settler community over the government's failure to retrieve the bodies was real, and some, like Sundaraj's wife, called for revenge against the islanders. She threatened to take her case to court and decried the Sentinelese as murderers. Bit ironic since she married one herself, but oh well. Conversations with the broader community also revealed that they generally felt that the Sentinelese ought to have been settled and made to work hard like them so that their land could be put to better use, whatever that means. So thank God the situation didn't boil over into a hostile takeover, because it seems like it really could have at some point. But Tawari's family had the opposite response, though. His father said, "As far as I am concerned, the Sentinelese are the victims in this, not my son. They live in constant terror of heavily armed poachers from Myanmar, Burma, and Port Blair. They were only defending themselves with bows and arrows and rocks, in the only way they know how. What I do want is my son's body, so my wife and I can cremate it. It is an impossible case to prosecute him."
For Jack in the Box, oh, you said Wendy's? On Wendy's, I just love their bacon cheeseburger, junior bacon. I love it. Well, from both places, Jack in the Box and Wendy's, they both have a good bacon cheeseburger.
Anyway, there's also some talk of mounting an expedition to retrieve the bodies after tensions had cooled down.
Damn, I'm feeling so fat right now. I might be getting ready for a nap.
National Guard.
After some more smoking. Damn, I wish I lived closer to a Sonic Sonic Burger, because they have a deal right now for like a smash burger meal for like $6.
Is it time to say yep to Vyepti? Vyepti is an IV infusion that helps prevent migraine attacks. Chronic
National Guard or the military. There are only two options for this. Like, you can't, because the thing is that if you leave Minnesota and you don't do these arrests, what that does is it tells everybody else in the country that if they don't like this stuff, all you have to do is go out in public and violently attack people, destroy property, and be crazy, and then you're going to get away with it. And that's the big problem. It's that if you let people do this, they will continue to do it worse and worse and worse. And I think that's the main concern, and that's the main problem. And government failure to protect citizens and property? Yeah, it is. It's absolutely a failure. We need all these Korean Giga Chat defending their businesses like the LA riots in the 90s. Well, I'm pretty sure with the LA riots, they had to bring in the National Guard or the military back then too, actually. Yeah, 100%. And Justin, I forgot January 6 rioters didn't get arrested until way later. Yeah, but like the reason why it took longer to get the January 6 rioters is because there was such a huge concerted effort to identify all of them. And also a lot of those people weren't mass. They thought that I think that a lot of January 6 rioters didn't really go there to destroy property. It's the same as a lot of these people. They don't really go there to destroy property. It just kind of happens as an outcome of just, you know, having a lot of people in an area and something going crazy or going wrong. I think that's it. It's so bad. My college professor today went on an emotional tirade today about ICE. Yeah, I think that, well, this is the problem is that, you know, the area, like, oh, here we go. Here's another one. Look at him go. Jesus. Jesus. They're going absolutely apeshit, huh? They're just out there making as much noise as possible. I mean, and this is totally, look, they're blocking off the roads. They're making all the noise. Like, this is crazy. Oh my God. Literal monkeys? I know. Look at them. This is insane. This is what happens when you let these people do whatever the hell they want. We're gonna need a bigger box? I see why you say that. I do. Democrats want to arrest everyone who was January 6th. Well, they shouldn't have been there. I mean, anybody who went in the Capitol should have gotten arrested for sure. I mean, this is my same outlook with this, right? I mean, you can't have. Oh my God.
It's Portland, not Poland, but close enough.
God. Really? Really? Wow. Just randomly screaming at the Hampton Inn. I don't even know what to say. I don't. That's unbelievable. Wow. Jesus Christ. When do you think a conservative pulls a Call of Duty airport mission? Oh, I hope not. I mean, that would be bad. That would be very bad. But I think that if you allow, the more that you allow people that are violent and lawbreakers to do whatever they want, the more people feel like they're going to have to take the law into their own hands. That's what's going to happen. And so the more that you allow things to become chaotic, things will continue to deteriorate, and you will have counter-protesters. You might have somebody bring a bomb to something like this. It'll just continue getting worse. Just retarding out. Yeah, I mean, this is just crazy for people to go out there and make oh, here we go. These are criminals, not protesters. Yeah, obviously. Like, this is what I'm saying, is that whenever you see things...
That's why I'm trying to figure out, why wasn't there any news today? Like, why didn't they, like, do anything today? Like, what happened to that insurrection act?
Like this, and some people are trying to say, oh, well, this is your First Amendment right. I'm pretty sure your First Amendment right isn't to take a snow shovel and smash the fucking letters off of a business's fucking sign. I'm pretty sure you can't do. That's not in the Constitution here. It's not in the Bill of Rights. That you've made this one up. Oh my God! Look at all this. Reopen the asylums. Yes, this is crazy, isn't it? That's not the. Somebody says in chat that's not the First Amendment. Gentlemen, I want you to look right now. This is not the First Amendment, okay? This is, whenever they said peaceful assembly, they did not mean smashing out fucking signs with a snow shovel. I promise you they did not mean this. Look at those 2%ers. Yes, exactly. And really, I thought this was peaceful. Yeah, also noise disturbance. Yeah, it is a noise disturbance. It's insane. And let's see if I can find, we already saw this before. There's this one too. And then, this is from a while ago. But yeah, obviously this is what should happen. They're lighting fireworks? They're shooting fireworks in a building. I mean, like, there's no really way anything would catch on fire. But, like, there's a reason why shit like this is against the law. It's because it could catch on fire. Dench, I know, it's so retarded, isn't it? This is unbelievable, but there's so many people out here advocating for this shit. It's unreal. I'm shocked. Put gasoline on it? Yeah. Fireworks can't melt steel beams. Bro, imagine, dude, that guy. You picked the wrong day, huh? Wow. Literally shooting fireworks at the building. Not a single cop in sight. So you see all of this stuff is going absolutely fucking chaotic, and they have nobody here. The rioters trashed a hotel. The windows are broken. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is the last one. This looks like the scene in Tarzan where the gorillas find the instruments. Yeah. And you see they're trying to push their way in. Yeah, like, you gotta put this guy in jail, man. You can't do this. Honestly, like, they should just go and pepper spray these people. I do find it to be funny that they only really needed one police officer to keep all of these people out of the building. And if you look at the guy, that's a pretty big guy. It is. Just one guy. A huge guy, yeah. Man. Security? No, it's Minnesota police. Look, they're trying to take the sign off. Breaking out the windows. Oh, man. Look at him go. Look at him go. Remember, this is like, it's like the 10 Commandments with Passover. It's the St. Paul police, is that right? Yeah, all hail the First Amendment. It allows me to break windows when I'm angry. That's right, guys. And so these absolute fucking animals just went totally crazy on this. They went insane. So I've seen all this stuff happening, and it's just nuts. Like, really, I don't know what's going on about this at all. And that's because they don't really want the smoke. They just want to cause trouble. Yeah, I guess so. They all need to go 25 years. I think at least maybe a couple of them needs to spend some serious time in jail. Absolutely. Because if you don't let people, if you don't let a suspect just left from DHS agents in a vehicle, crashed into a pole. Wait, what? And attempted to barricade themselves inside a health clinic?
Yeah. Okay.
What? So they just They are allowing the country or their city to turn into an absolute PvP server. I swear to God, people have better decorum on GTA RP. This is unreal. How do you act this way? Really? I mean, this is crazy. Full retard. I know. Was it a real health clinic? I mean, probably not. Yeah, so nobody was actually injured. That's a great point. This is our Border Patrol being targeted at their hotel in Minneapolis, surrounded, blocked in, glass smashed, people trying to force their way inside. This is not a protest. This is an attack on law enforcement. Oh, this is a video from outside. Look at him, man. Jesus. And they're shining lights up there? They're trying to make it as unpleasant and annoying as possible. Oh, wow. Look at everything. They totally tore this place up. I mean, this is going to be thousands of dollars in repairs. It is. Wait, oh, they're just breaking out. They're... Honestly, this is pathetic. ICE is out of control, bro. Get them out of Minnesota? Absolutely not. If they do that, if they end up taking any of them out by like capitulating at all, these people, what you're going to do is you've just taught them that their strategy works. And if they do that, it's one of the biggest mistakes that they can make. I think that they have to just go as hard as they possibly can. Bernie's wrong. Oh, Bernie, I don't understand this at all. Like, I really don't. I mean, Bernie Sanders used to be advocating against open borders. So how are ICE this terrible thing if they're getting rid of the people that have come into the country? No more warrantless arrests. Who's saying that's happening? No more stopping go based on race. Oh, here we go. Qualified immunity for ICE. You can't have law enforcement without qualified immunity. It's just about depending on where it begins and ends. Unmask ICE and requires clear identification. Why even have them without masks? There's no reason for that. I think they should have identification, but it shouldn't be tied to their name. In detentions and deportations of U.S. citizens, none of this is happening on purpose. Investigate and prosecute every single DHS officer who broke the law and require DHS to cooperate with cities and states investing immigration.
I just had some big burgers for dinner. I'm super full now. Oh shit, what is this?
I got game, she got game, we got game. Everybody's
what you up to?
Useful idiots in this case. So we're going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Matt Morris. We are live right now on YouTube as well as on Rumble at Matt Morris TV. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have some absolutely massive news pertaining to what has been going on in Minnesota, Minneapolis. And as a little bit of a spoiler here, as things currently seem, Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey have both just completely and totally capitulated, surrendered to President Trump. We're going to talk about that entire dynamic here in just a moment. Today, we also have some very interesting news, hot off the press, pertaining to none other than Hillary Clinton, who is on the cusp of being held in contempt of Congress. That's happening very soon. We also have some news pertaining to Ilhan Omar, who is now officially under federal DOJ investigation. We got the confirmation earlier today. And we have some news talking about the Democrats' plan to shut down the government again. Also, we are going to be talking about these rumors, this drama. A lot of people are saying right now that CBP Commander Greg Bovino has been fired by the Trump administration. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of fake news going around right now. A lot of people that are supposed to be on our side over here on the right are spreading fake.
Not right now. I want to listen to this news thing real quick. And I gotta go to the bathroom, so bye-bye.
News pertaining to Commander Greg Bovino doing the dirty work of the far left. Maybe they can be called useful idiots in this case. So we're going to debunk these rumors as well. He did not, in fact, get fired. We're going to talk about that today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to really kick off today's broadcast, there's something I want to show you. First, do me a favor, make sure to follow, to like, subscribe, Rumble, YouTube, do it all. Helps a lot, means a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to kick off today's broadcast, I want to double back to something that President Trump said last night on Truth Social. And we need to read through this real quick because it's going to put all of this into context. This is the foundation before we can talk about what has happened today. So let's go ahead and read through President Trump's statement to Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey. He issued this late last night as riots were sweeping across Minneapolis. President Trump himself, he said, "I am hereby calling on Governor Walz, Mayor Frey, and every Democrat governor and mayor in the United States of America to formally cooperate with the Trump administration to enforce our nation's laws rather than resist and stoke the flames of division, chaos, and violence. And then President Trump, he issued a series of demands to all of these members of the far left. He said first, 1, Governor Walz and Mayor Fry should turn over all criminal illegal aliens that are currently incarcerated in their state prisons and jails to federal authorities, along with all illegal criminals with an active warrant or known criminal history for immediate deportation. That is the first demand. Stop hiding illegal aliens from us. Turn them over. We're done playing games. Demand number 2. State and local law enforcement must agree to turn over all illegal aliens arrested by local police. Turn them over. Number 3, local police must assist federal law enforcement in apprehending and detaining illegal aliens who are wanted for crimes. Stop undermining federal law enforcement operations. Number 4, Democrat politicians must partner with the federal government to protect American citizens in the rapid removal of all criminal illegal aliens in our country. Some Democrats in places like Memphis, Tennessee, or Washington, D.C. have done so already. They are working with us, resulting in safer streets for everyone. In addition, President Trump goes on to say, in addition, I am hereby calling on the United States Congress to immediately pass legislation to end sanctuary cities, which is the root cause of all of these problems. American cities should be safe sanctuaries for law-abiding American citizens only, not illegal alien criminals who have broken our nation's laws. All of these requests are rooted in common sense and will provide the best possible circumstances to make America great again. The Trump administration is standing by and waiting for any Democrat to do the right thing and work with us on these important matters of making America safe, like it is in all sections of our country where we are together working with local leadership and local law enforcement is participating and involved. So President Trump laid this down. Public proclamation last night as riots once again were sweeping across Minneapolis. Now, this is where we can go ahead and talk about what has happened today, because it's been a very eventful day. There's a lot of fake news going around right now. The far left, they are doing their best to spread their propaganda, their anti-Trump, anti-America First propaganda, and I hate to say this. Many of our own allies over here on the right, some right-wing YouTubers, rumblers, podcasters, right-wing personalities on X, on social media, they are taking the bait. They are taking the bait that the far left is putting out right now. They are doing the dirty work, the busy work of the far left. Like a bunch of mindless drones.
Jimmy will throw some crazy stuff in the Slack channel. Jimmy's gonna need $5 million crumpled.
They actually need spider monkeys and an alligator.
Where was the last time we got a monkey?
I'm using that Slack bot just to find that answer quickly.
Apparatus. The entire country knows what's going on now. The far left is panicking. Governor Walz, Mayor Fry, and Attorney General Ellison are all under federal investigation with all of their information having been subpoenaed by the DOJ. Bank logs, credit card, debit card, emails, text messages, phone calls, subpoenaed, all of it by the DOJ. The DOJ has it. Or if they don't have it now, they will have it soon. Trump, this is what we just read through last night, called all of these guys out directly, publicly, making a series of demands. That's what we just took a look at as riots were raging across Minneapolis again. Now, this is where things get interesting. Today, this very morning, Governor Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry both begged to have a phone call with President Trump. They both, after weeks of trying to give Trump the cold shoulder, calling this guy a fascist, a Nazi, saying we're at a civil war, both of these guys picked up the phone and begged Trump for a phone call. Why do you think they did that? It's getting a little bit too hot for them. The signal stuff is out. They've been subpoenaed. They're under criminal DOJ investigation. They are facing conspiracy charges. They wanted to call up Trump and see if they could make some type of deal. Now, we don't know exactly what was said during these conversations, but we can sort of piece this situation together by looking at the aftermath. What has happened today after this phone call went down? These two phone calls took place. Then what happened? Well, some, not all, but some of CBP, including Border Commander Bovino, they are pulling out of Minneapolis. Some of them, but not all of them. ICE, however, is remaining in the city. Tom Homan, who is a former ICE director, by the way, in 2017 and 2018 during Trump's first term, is set to sort of replace Bovino in this capacity. He just hopped on an airplane flying to Minneapolis. He's going to be landing in Minneapolis tonight. So Bovino and some of the CBP agents are out. And Tom Homan, who is intimately acquainted with ICE, is going in. Why is this important? Because Trump has been very clear for weeks, if not months now. What has he been clear about? He's been saying, Trump has been saying, if Waltz and Fry lift their stand-down orders on local police officers, that Trump would then pull out CBP. The only reason CBP was in Minneapolis in the first place, the only reason why DHS flooded Minneapolis with these extra CBP agents is because ICE officers were getting attacked and assaulted by far-left radicals. And they were only able to get attacked by these far-left radicals because Waltz and Fry had issued a series of stand-down orders saying, hey, Minneapolis local police, you are not allowed to work or help or provide backup or support for ICE. So we had to send in CBP. So ladies and gentlemen, let's all use our brains. Let's all think about this. It seems as if Trump has just today effectively crushed these guys. He has gotten them to comply with federal law, effectively overturning their sanctuary city policies of non-compliance insofar as these stand-down orders go at a minimum. To be very clear, the reason why Trump is now pulling out some, not all of CBP, and the reason why Border Commander Bovino is getting pulled out as well, he's the commander of CBP, is because CBP is no longer necessary because Trump has gotten Waltz and Fry to renege to lift their stand-down orders. This is not really that complex. This is not that complex at all. Now, of course, as far as I'm concerned, this is only step one. Step number two is to conclude all of these federal investigations into Ellison and Fry and Waltz and whoever else was involved with all of this. These people are criminals, these people are insurrectionists, and they need to be held accountable. That's great that Trump has gotten these people to negotiate to lift their stand-down orders on local police, but that's not the end of it. These people need to be sitting inside of a federal prison cell. The conspiracy case is ongoing with the DOJ. The charges are still on the table. The investigation is still happening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that we got that out of the way, there's something I need to say here, because there is this insane amount of fake news going around saying that Bovino has been relieved of duty. CBP Commander Bovino, he's been fired. Fake news, bullshit. And I actually have proof. I have information hot off the press. I can prove that I'm right. But first off, let's talk about the fake news, because everybody's talking about this right now. Bovino's been fired. No, he has not. This story originated with a right-wing journalist. His name is Nick Sortor. I actually like Nick Sortor. Generally speaking, he does not peddle fake news, but today he did. He made two big posts that have gone viral today. The first one, he said, Gregory Bovino has now been relieved of duty as Commander-at-Large of the U.S. Border Patrol. I've exclusively learned. So he has said, I have exclusively learned that Bovino's getting fired. He's been relieved of his duty. It all goes back to Nick Sortor here today, and then everybody else has taken this information from Sortor, and they're running with it without doing an ounce of due diligence or fact-checking. Nick Sortor went on to say, he made another post, he said, there is no longer a commander at large of the U.S. Border Patrol. The position has been eliminated. So not only has Bovino been fired, but his job has been eliminated. And everybody's in an uproar over this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first off, there's one thing I want to show you before I show you something else. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carolyn Leavitt, White House press secretary, literally 6 hours ago. This very morning, we all watched this live together. This is what Carolyn Leavitt had to say just 6 hours ago. Take a watch.
Mr. Bovino is a wonderful man and he's a great professional. He is going to very much continue to lead Customs and Border Patrol throughout and across the country. Mr. Holman will be the main point of contact on the ground in Minneapolis.
Wow. Imagine that. Once again, this is am I the only one that watches these things? This is the White House press secretary. She is speaking on behalf of the White House. That is her job. What she says is that Bovino is no longer going to be in Minneapolis. Okay, we know that because CBP is getting pulled out because Trump reached a deal with Waltz and Fry. They have reneged on their stand-down order, so CBP is no longer needed. And then she goes on to say that Bovino, play it again, is still going to be commander of CBP. Play it one more time.
Mr. Bovino is a wonderful man and he's a great professional. He is going to very much continue to lead Customs and Border Patrol.
He is going to very much continue to lead Customs and Border Patrol. Now, if that's not enough proof for some of you guys that are losing your minds right now, Nick Sortor himself got responded to by Tricia McLaughlin, who is the Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security. Assistant Secretary of the DHS responded just about an hour ago to Nick Sortor, who has been spreading fake news today. What did she have to say? And I quote, Chief Gregory Bovino has not been relieved of his duties. Now, do you believe me? Now can we cut the bullshit here today, guys? Tricia McLaughlin comes out representing the DHS. She says, Bovino has not been relieved of his duties. She responds directly to him. By the way, she goes on to say, just as Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt said earlier today from the White House podium. That's what we just watched. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be careful with all this fake news. Listen, hey, I hate to see it when people that are supposed to be on our own side, people that are fellow right-wing commentators, big right-wing accounts on X, when they're out here, they're doing the dirty work. They're spreading the propaganda, the lies that the left wants them to spread. They took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. This is a problem. Listen, we gotta get a grip on this. We cannot be doing this fake news thing here. Whoever is parroting this stuff, get a grip. You gotta wait. You gotta chill out a little bit. We've heard from two representatives. White House Press Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. He's not fired. He is still commander of the CBP. So let's put that to rest. That's what has happened today. Everybody relax a little bit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's something else I want to talk about here with all you folks. It seems perhaps a component of this negotiation that has been made, pulling out CBP or some of CBP in order to get local police to work with federal law enforcement. There's another thing that Trump is after here. Trump is after the Minnesota state voter rolls. Trump is right now putting a tremendous amount of pressure on Minnesota to hand over their voter rolls in an effort to shut down voter fraud in the state. We're going to take a look at this video right now. Take a look at this.
So you oversee the voter rolls. What kind of information do they contain? What do you think Bondi is after? Are they going after undocumented immigrants who would vote? Although I would guess there aren't that many of them, if any.
Really?
Well, here's what they want. They don't just want the public stuff, which anyone can get, name, address, voting history, stuff like that. What they want is very personal, private, sensitive data on millions of people, namely social security numbers, driver's license numbers, military service history where applicable. And this is already in litigation. Like, we're in court on this right now. They've asked for this information from dozens of states. The vast majority, like Minnesota, have said no.
He says the Trump administration has asked for the voter rolls of dozens of states. He says the vast majority have said no. That's actually not true. 20-something states have handed over voter rolls. We're talking red states, generally speaking. And voter fraud has been found. Illegitimate names on these voter rolls, they've been purged now, thank God. It is 14 left-wing that are refusing to hand over these voter rolls. We're not going to hand them over. That's a little bit weird. And so now there's ongoing lawsuits, litigation with 14 of these radically progressive sanctuary states. That's a little bit curious. Why do you think 14 sanctuary states don't want to turn over their voter rolls to the Trump administration? Can anybody come up with any ideas here? Yeah, it's because they are allowing illegal aliens to vote. That's why. It's because they want their beloved illegal aliens to be voting. They love their fraudulent elections.
There are multiple lawsuits going on, including in Minnesota right now. So that's what makes this particularly puzzling. Why they want it? That's a good question. That's sort of key to the legal arguments here. Our legal position all along, before this weekend ransom note from the Attorney General, was that state and federal law don't permit them to get this data. And so what she's basically asking us for in this letter is to hand something over which we think the law precludes her from getting under these circumstances.
Well, now listen, bullshit. Sorry, I'm calling bullshit. Listen, hey, if you are participating in federal elections, you need to follow federal law. If you are a state, screw federal elections. If you are a state, if you're a member of this union, of this republic, it's called a republic, you have to follow federal law. That includes federal voting law. You got to follow federal voting regulations. You got to follow federal immigration law. These sanctuary states, I mean, I'm going to say this again. Right now, there are 14 radically progressive, deep blue sanctuary states that are fighting tooth and nail to prevent the federal government from effectively auditing their voter logs. What is going on here? Anybody with half a brain, anybody with a pulse knows exactly what is going on here. These blue states, they are fighting tooth and nail. It's a very simple process. Open up the border, allow these people to come in all these sanctuary states. The sanctuary states are aiding and abetting these illegal alien invaders, oftentimes using federal tax dollars in the process of aiding and abetting these illegal alien invaders. Then they're letting these people vote. We got rigged elections in almost all of these states. It's astounding. Finally, we have a president in the White House sitting behind the Resolute desk. He's got the spine to say enough is enough. We are shutting down the border. We are deporting these people. If that means CBP and DHS and ICE on the streets kicking in doors, so be it. That's what we've seen. And finally, yes, we are going to bring back some amount of legitimacy to our democratic system we have here. No longer are we going to allow illegal aliens to be voting in local or state or federal elections. Those days are over. Now, Ilhan Omar got upset about this. Ilhan Omar, she posted this yesterday afternoon. She said, quote, "ICE will leave Minnesota if you hand over your voter rolls. Tells you everything you need to know. This was never about immigration or fraud. It was always about rigging elections." This is rich. Ilhan Omar is out here actually saying on Twitter that the Trump administration's endeavor to purge illegal aliens and dead people and people that don't even live in these states anymore, people that move, in an effort to clean up and audit our voter rolls, that is an attempt to rig our elections. It's literally the opposite. Literally the exact opposite. Now, JD Vance chimes in. He says, he retweets Ilhan Omar. He says, quote, "We really want illegal aliens to vote in elections, and we will riot to ensure that it is so." Do you think that's what's going on? I'm going to like that one. Yeah, JD Vance hits the nail on the head. 100%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we actually have some additional news here about Mrs. Ilhan Omar, congressional representative Ilhan Omar. We actually have a very curious update. Take a look at this. Fox News report. Congress today has launched an investigation into Representative Ilhan Omar's skyrocketing net worth after reports of a 3,500% increase. There's her husband. Questions swirl over Omar's soaring net worth as husband's business partner has a history, oh, imagine that, of fraud allegations. So now there's a congressional probe. The House Oversight Committee is involved, probing into where did she get all this money? What is going on here? But also today, you got to peel through this. Trump said something earlier today that actually relates to Ilhan Omar. Ladies and gentlemen, focus. He was talking about Tim Walz and Ilhan and Jacob Fry, but he also, Trump, earlier today said something right here. Take a listen. Trump said, additionally, the DOJ and Congress are looking at Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who left Somalia with nothing and is now worth reportedly more than $44 million. I don't know if Trump was supposed to say this. Trump maybe just let this slip. I don't know. Maybe he didn't mean to say this. Trump said the DOJ and Congress. We know about Congress. That's breaking news. We know they're doing the probe now. Trump said the DOJ and Congress. Trump today, maybe even accidentally, I don't know, confirmed there is a DOJ federal investigation right now into Ilhan Omar. So the walls are closing in on her also. We have a little recap video. Take a listen to this here.
Republicans turning the heat up on Ilhan Omar.
Good.
They want to know how she got all that money.
What your response is to the Oversight Committee launching an investigation into your net worth, you and your husband's net worth. They're claiming that it's risen rapidly. What's your response to what they're saying?
She's got nothing to say. Ilhan Omar's always yapping her big dumb mouth. Now, things get a little bit hot here. She's got nothing to say. Probably she's under some type of legal counsel. Probably her attorney here has told her, listen, hey, Ilhan Omar, you got to shut up. You are going to incriminate yourself. You had better shut the hell up, Ilhan Omar.
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer. All right, Mr. Comer, you were in banking before politics, right? So she suddenly, in 1 year, after being worth a few $1,000s, is now worth $30 million. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, and the way the financial disclosure forms are, there's a big variation, but here's what we know. She went from zero to anywhere between $6 and $30 million in a year. Now, why is that relevant? First of all, I don't know many people that go from 0 to 30 without having a legitimate business. Her husband is in some type of finance business, but we don't know what it is. It doesn't appear to be private equity, doesn't appear to be venture capital. So we just have questions. What exactly is the business that you're involved in? It was kind of like the same questions we asked Hunter Biden that he never could answer. But then, you know, she won't answer any questions. The ethics committee is supposed to investigate members. We're not supposed to investigate individual members, but this business is in her husband's name. So we can investigate her husband, and we are going to do that because we're, as you know, in the middle of this Minnesota welfare fraud. And there's been a lot of accusations about a circle of influential Somali Americans that are benefiting from these financial scams in Minnesota. Her name is on the list. Now, she's going to get due process. I don't know if she's guilty, but what I know is she went from 0 to anywhere between $6 and $30 million in a year, and she won't even answer a simple question like you saw there. What did you do?
I mean, it looks very suspicious when you have millions of the Somali cash just flying all over Minneapolis with no scrutiny whatsoever. Wasn't there also a vineyard involved here? The husband's involved in the wine business?
Yeah. You know, there's a thing called money laundering where people have businesses and they deposit, lots of cash. Again, I'm not accusing them of any wrongdoing, but she should answer a simple question. If any member of Congress is asked what business their family's involved in, I've never seen one fail to answer it. That's not a hard question. My husband has a private equity firm and he's done exceptionally well in the last 12 months. She won't answer that question. And everybody in America suspects foul play here.
Right.
And again, we're going to find out. It's not going to be hard to figure out what business he's in and where the money came from. So that's going to be a central part of our entire Minnesota fraud investigation, because she is the leader in Congress, in the district, in the congressional district where the overwhelming majority of the welfare fraud is taking place. Her name, as well as the Attorney General Keith Ellison's name, have been mentioned as people of interest. I'll put it like that, Jesse. So we're gonna follow through on this, and I think she's gonna have some difficult questions to answer.
All right, well, let's,
So let me get this straight. In the state, in the city, in the voting district that Ilhan Omar, the Somalian, has been elected to represent, there's all of this Somalian fraud. In fact, her district is pretty much the epicenter of Somali fraud. Hundreds of millions, billions of dollars going missing. Curiously, she herself in the last year has gone from having a net worth of negative $6,000, she was in debt, to $30 million in 1 year. And she's representing the most fraud and crime-ridden district in the entire nation, and it's members of her own ethnic community that are the ones that are perpetuating this crime and fraud. That is a little bit curious. I think that warrants a couple questions. I think that warrants a couple questions, to say the least. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we also got some very curious news here today pertaining to Hillary Clinton, and this is going to infuriate you. This is going to piss you off. I want to read something that she posted, Hillary Clinton, earlier this morning. She said this, and I quote, "In Minnesota, scores of ordinary people are bravely looking out for their neighbors, defending their communities, and protesting lawless violence. They are the best of America."